Hey guys, so this is Beau. We're working on his training. We're doing recall off leash e-collar work today. We're at the park, but as you can see, Beau's kind of a chunky butt. Beau needs to lose some weight. He has like no waist. And I just wanted to talk about canine obesity in dogs. Hey guys, so I wanted to talk about canine obesity in dogs. It's one of the number one causes of issues with dogs is obesity. Usually it's because we're either feeding the dog too much, maybe they're on not so good of a diet. There's a lot of, unfortunately, crappy diets out there, especially your grocery store brands that you get. They're very high in calories. They're just not very nutritious for the dog. Also, we overfeed our dogs, not only with their own dry kibble, but also with treats. Treats are very high in calories, and we usually, especially if you do training, like treat training a lot, you will usually end up overfeeding your dog with treats along with maybe too much of their dog food. So I just wanted to talk about obesity in dogs and how we can get our dogs to lose weight as well as not overfeed them. Um, so what I do when I do use food, I only use their kibble for their meal food for training, whether it's rewarding them for a command that they did, or maybe motivating the dog, getting them food motivated. Especially using it for fearful dogs, aggressive dogs. Sometimes I'll start out with their food for training, but then I'll wean them off, just like any easygoing dog that just needs some manners and obedience work and stuff like that. I don't always use food, but when I do, that's typically how I do it instead of using treats. So that way they're earning their food instead of being overfed with treats and too much of their own food. For Blue, what I do is I've cut down on his food. So when I got him, we don't feed him as much as he used to. We also don't use treats. There's nothing wrong with giving your dog like a special treat every once in a while, but it's just best to not overfeed them with treats, because treats usually tend to be very high in calories and sugars and all that stuff that they don't necessarily need. Ingredients, if you look at them, you can always go to dogfoodanalysis.com and it'll rate your dog foods and stuff like that. So that way you have an idea what's in your food, the ratings of your food from 1 to 5. 5-star rating is good, 1-star rating is not so good. So that'll give you a kind of insight of what you're feeding and if it's decent food or not. Like I said, also feeding your dog less treats will help reduce calories and getting plenty of exercise for your dog, whether it's walking through the woods like we are right now, walking on a path at the park in the neighborhood, running or walking on the treadmill. You can train your dog to do that. It's a great mental, physical exercise. Also, you could play a game of fetch. Any kind of physical activity that you can do with your dog will really help in reducing the pounds and also preventing them from gaining weight, along with reducing treats and their food, or getting them on a better quality food with better protein. Hi guys, it's Meredith. Beau. So, like I was talking about, the health issues with obesity are they could be diabetic, they could have thyroid issues, they usually end up having hip issues when dogs are too obese. It's just not good for them. It's just not good for their hips, not good for their joints, not good for their health. Just like us, if we eat bad food, that's on us. we can usually make those choices. The dogs usually can't. They don't usually decide on the food that we buy, the treats that we give them. They just know that they're going to get them. And so we got to be really careful with that, especially if you're using them for tricks or just training obedience and stuff. You got to be careful with the health issues. You want your dogs to live long, so keeping them nice and healthy and slim, very lean is good for your dog, not very, as chunky as Mr. Beau. Your dog should have an indent in them, not just a solid chunk. That way you know that they have a nice good frame. Keep your dogs lean, not too chunky, and they'll be healthy and they'll live a long life. So stay tuned for more and have a great day. Bye.